Hey everybody, it's James here with the Sawyer Family Reviews channel. Today is Wednesday, August 14th, 2019, and this is your weekly comic book pickups video. Every week, I pick up my boys at least one comic each. I pick up my daughter Gracie one as well. Sometimes she gets more than one, like this week. As always, I pick up my comics at Queen City Comics in Fairfield, Ohio, zip code 45014. If you're in that area and into comics, check out the comic shop. Go two doors down from there and check out the toy department. All right, let's jump in. So Gracie said, from here on out, all I want is Spider-Man, which won't actually be true, but she did want Spider-Man this week. So I decided to get her something different and got these old Spider-Man magazines from the back issue bins. These were only $2 a piece. And Gracie, since she's just turned 5, I think that she would have some fun with like these comics, and there's stuff about animals and stuff in here. There's cards, there's pictures. Look at these. She's got this trading card thing in here. There's a thing about Jubilee we can read to her. Stuff about Spider-Man. Quizzes. Spider-Man comic. A lot of fun for $2. So I thought that she would enjoy this, that she would enjoy these, because she likes Spider-Man and she likes X-Men. So I grabbed her a couple of those. All right. Now onto the books for me and the boys this week. First of all is XFactor issue 87 facsimile edition. The facsimile editions from Marvel are exact reprints of books, as exact as they can. So it actually has the original advertisements and stuff reprinted inside them. They're $3.99, but they're as close to just buying the back issue as you can get. This one's a bit strange because I don't believe this back issue really goes for that much. So far, a lot of the facsimile editions have been books that are kind of pricey if you wanted to pick up an original version. And XFactor issue 87, I don't believe goes for a whole lot. This is the issue where the team gets psychoanalyzed by Leonard Samson. If I remember right, this is actually Quesada's first issue of XFactor, I think. This is a great comic. I remember reading this and being like, wow, that was totally different than anything else that I've read lately. It was quite good, where it goes into each member of the team and kind of their psyche and what motivates them and that kind of stuff. So I grabbed it because it was there and I like them. This one I went completely off the board with. There were a lot of people that had this on files and were asking to check this book out. So I thought, I'm going to grab one just because I want to see what everybody's wanting to check out. This must have some kind of following for these creators or something, and everybody's expecting this book to be pretty good. So I grabbed one of these. This is Once in Future by Boom, issue number 1. This is $3.99 by Kieran Gillen, Dan Mora, and Tamara Bonvillain. I mean, it looks interesting. It doesn't look like your standard superhero fare. It looks like sort of maybe a magic and mystery type of deal. I don't know. I'm going to check it out. If I get another one, that means it was good. I will say that these, as the minute the shop opened, we ran out of these. They were gone. So I don't know if you're going to want to check this book out or not, but if you do, I guess this is a hot book, so you may want to grab it when you see it to check it out. I don't know if it's going to be any good or not. I don't know if I'll pick up any more, but I wanted to at least check out the first one since it seems like a lot of people are talking about it. Symbiote Spider-Man number 5 by Peter David and Greg Land. I think I have the first 4 of these, but I haven't read them yet. This is $3.99. This is Peter David's out of history tale of Symbiote Spider-Man, so it takes place in the past. I think I read the first one, and it was pretty good. It was an enjoyable book because Peter David, and he knows how to write Spider-Man. Sometimes his jokes are a little corny for my taste, but a lot of times I really do enjoy his writing. So I think this is the final installment of this, and then he's doing Sensational Spider-Man, which Sensational Spider-Man has already started. I didn't grab that, though. I'm almost positive I have the first 4 of these, so hopefully I do, and I finish that off. That goes over there. This book is for Keaton, Absolute Carnage, Separation Anxiety, number 1. This is $4.99, and it's tied into the Absolute Carnage event. He did read Absolute Carnage number 1, and he thoroughly enjoyed it. So I grabbed him the 2 tie-in series today. I don't know who does this one. Let's find out. So obviously this is about the separation anxiety symbiotes, maybe? The old separation anxiety. The art looks good. I'm liking the art. Here we go. This is by Clay McLeod Chapman and Brian Lovell doing the art. And a little blurb about it. The symbiotes were most recently seen bonded to a stray dog to prevent it involving Deadpool. The whereabouts of the dog and the 4 extraterrestrial creatures bonded to it remain unknown. Life Foundation symbiotes. So it's all about those symbiotes and how they're going to tie into the absolute carnage. I really like this art. I think this looks pretty good. Yeah, Keaton will enjoy this. It's got a bunch of symbiotes scaring people. This looks like a horror movie almost. All right, yeah. That's cool. Next up is a book for Blaze. Conan the Barbarian Exodus. This is a special issue 1, $3.99. I don't know if it's a miniseries or what. We're going to find out. I got the Bring on the Bad Guys variant cover by Nick Bradshaw because look at all these colors and this detail. That's a fun cover. Esad Rivik also had a regular cover on this, but I grabbed this one because, man, look at like the greens and the purples. That just, man, that's neat. That's a neat cover. So this whole thing is by Esad Rivik. He writes it, draws it, everything. Doesn't look like there's a lot of talking. That says the end. So I'm going to guess this is just a one-shot. But Blaze has been digging on Conan, so I figured he would like that. That's for him. So over there. Silver Surfer Black, number 3. This is also for Blaze. He's been reading this. It's by Donnie Cates with Trad Moore doing the art. And the art is trippy, which is cool for a Silver Surfer book. Check this out. Yeah, look at that. This reminds me of that Silver Surfer animated series that was only on for like a season, where they were doing like crazy blending of the CGI, and yeah, this is, oh man. He's enjoyed this so far, so hopefully that trend continues. The art is super neat though. I like that a lot. This one's for Keaton. This is the other Absolute Carnage tie-in that came today. Absolute Carnage Scream number 1 by Bun Sandoval, $3.99. This is all about Scream, the symbiote Scream. Colin Bunn doing the writing, Gerardo Sandoval doing the pencils. Years ago, the Life Foundation focuses efforts on destroying Spider-Man, capture the venomous symbiote, and force it to spawn 5 offspring: Scream, Lasher, Riot, Agony, and Phage. So this is about the Scream symbiote. The other one's about the other ones. You know, I like symbiotes. It's kind of cool they're doing a whole crossover special event for them. That's kind of neat in my opinion. I don't know how many of these we'll keep getting, but you know, it's 2 books for Blaze this week, so it got to be 2 books for Keaton. This is my book, Powers of X number 2, or Powers of 10, however you want to say it. I'm going to keep saying Powers of X. This is $4.99. I got the connecting cover because I got the connecting cover from House of X number 2. House of X number 2 was the best Marvel comic I've probably read in the last 5+ years. House of X number 2 was really, really good. I know that now some folks are kind of going after Hickman for plagiarism because he made a comment about a book about reincarnation a while back and how good it was. But it was kind of a story about reincarnation. I'm not going to spoil anything from House of X number 2 other than the fact that he does deal with reincarnation in the book. Reincarnation as a story of characters coming back again and again from the dead isn't really plagiarizing anything, in my opinion. That's just a trope, you know. That's a basic premise of like science fiction type of stories, is the idea of somebody getting to relive their life over again. You might as well say he plagiarized Groundhog's Day then. I thoroughly enjoyed that book. Like, I was disappointed when I was at the end of the book that there wasn't more book to read, and it's been a while since I felt that way. I really loved House of X number 2. It's turned me all the way around on this whole idea of Hickman in these books. I was kind of with it. You know, I liked House of X 1 and Powers of X 1. It was a little bit too much, a little jumpy all over the place. But House of X 2, loved it. So that's got me really interested to see where the rest of this goes. So Powers of X number 2 is by Hickman and Silva? Silva does the art, I think. I found that page. So the first Powers of X jumped, Powers of 10, whatever you say, jumped between different timelines. I don't know if this one does too. RB Silva doing the art. I don't know if this one jumps between timelines as well or not. But the first one did these time jumps, and it looks like this one does too. So House of X seems like it's more grounded in one timeline, maybe. But Powers of X, Powers of 10, whatever you want to say, jumps around. This is at the top of my stack. Because of House of X number 2, I'm going to read this immediately. Now, next week is Powers of X number 3. So it goes, instead of being flip-floppy between House of X 1 week, Powers of X 1 week, we get Powers of X 2 weeks in a row. So, we'll see. And last but not least, my favorite thing I bought today, X-Men Epic Collection, Dissolution and Rebirth. This is X-Men Epic Collection number 17, reprinting 1989 through 1990. These Epic Collections are big, giant, chunky, high-quality reprints that eventually you'll have the entire story of, say, X-Men or Spider-Man or whatever. They jump around in timelines. So volume 17, that doesn't mean we already have 16 volumes. It just means they chose to reprint this one. So that way they're not constantly stuck in the 60s and stuck in the 70s or whatever. And this reprints Uncanny X-Men 248 through 267. Includes stuff like the first appearance of Gambit, the first Jim Lee issue, if I'm not mistaken, a bunch of Mark Silvestri stuff. This is a time where I actually had a subscription to X-Men as a kid. I remember I got a subscription pretty close after Inferno X-Men, when I really started heavily getting into X-Men and trying to collect comics on a month-to-month basis, like making sure I didn't miss issues. Look at all this. These were such fun books. It was after the X-Men went through the Sage Perilous, and what happened after kind of the Outback years, Wolverine and the Reavers, and all that stuff. Oh my gosh. There's so much good in this book. I'm so excited about this one. This is a volume I've been excited about coming in for a while. Yeah, super excited about that. This retails at $39.99, which seems like a lot, but it is a big chunk of comics, and they're reprinted well. And that is it for today. Lots of comics, lots of cool books. Super excited about this epic collection. Can't wait to read this Powers of X. I'm going to give this guy a shot. We'll see what it's like. And then we'll see if the boys enjoy their books. As always, I always appreciate comments. If you guys like the videos, please click like, subscribe, and notify. If the comics simply aren't your thing, take a look around my channel and keep checking out the reviews and stuff. Those will keep coming. I meant to get the Cyclops Retro review up today. I don't know if it's going to happen. If it doesn't, it'll be up tomorrow. Sunday nights, 8:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time live stream where we talk comics, toys, all that stuff. Hope to see you there. Yeah, see you guys next time.